So in order to get a workbench to fit back here, we're gonna have to cut a separate little triangle of wood to fit behind the filing cabinet. And I think I found the way to do that. So back there, or underneath it, I can just slide the bench until it reaches the back wall, and then we'll just mark it out with a Sharpie. I was overthinking this a lot. I got some stuff on top of this, so let me move that. That's where it needs to go, and I just need to scoop this. There. So now I just need a Sharpie. Got me a Sharpie. That's gonna be a really small workbench, so I'm not gonna cut it off of this piece. I'll just get another piece of wood and we can kind of go from there. But now I've got the shape of that little section cut out, so we can pull out the filing cabinet again. You're going to do the same thing on the other side of it again. But there we got our little section. So now I just need to measure how far that goes down. That's what it looks like. So I'm going to grab a tape measure. So there's that little spot. We need to subtract this much off and take 2 inches off of it. So this needs to go straight across from the 2-inch marker. Right there. So from that spot on the other side. So it's 14.5 inches of triangle. Fourteen and a half inches up. And then this actual triangled section is 24.5 inches. And then across it should be, needs to be 20 inches. So there's the beautiful markings on that piece of wood. I do have another piece of wood that I plan to cut that shape out of. So it's 20 inches, 14.5 inches, and 24.5 inches. The 24 and the 14 are the easier ones to remember. I have a scrap piece of wood. I don't want to cut that up because that's going to be another shelf. I can cut this piece up. Let's see what we can get out of it. So it needs to be 20. So like the only spot I could get 20 is right here. That's 20. And then we need, why don't I bring this over to the other piece so I can see it for the reference? Because that was going to be difficult if I was doing it off photo memory. Because I don't got a good one. We're just going to work on top of the filing cabinet today. The highest the camera will go. There we go. So it needs to be 20 down. Have to be like that. How far is this going from? We can get 14.5 out of it. That's 14.5 inches right there. And that's the 20. Why don't I measure it up against this piece? Because that's what it needs to look like. We can get it. Yeah, we can definitely get it. Yeah, I didn't properly measure. So now the most challenging part is going to be making that diagonal line. So give me some light over here. Yeah. So this is the top. If we're comparing it to that other piece. And this is going down from the top. So it's got to be this whole length. Has to be that little section of the desk. And this has to come up all the way to the corner of that 20 inches spot. So this is just a measuring helper. Yeah, right there is where I need to put the tape measure. It's getting caught on my shirt. That's awesome. And then this needs to come down. So is that going to be like all the way to the end of this piece? I'm not going to cut that line, that's just for measuring this out on the big piece over there. This is confusing me. But yeah, that's right. So we need one of those for that corner. So now he's going to make a straight line right there. Because that ain't going to cut it. I do have a couple big pieces of wood to make straight lines with. They barely reach. This whole thing smells like Sharpie right now. There. Okay. Now that I got that measured out, we can cut it. So let's go to the outside. So this one shouldn't be that challenging. Just one straight-ish cut. Get the top done. I don't know if I'm going to try to do that. I'll just do 2 separate cuts. First one ain't looking too hot. Let's see. Now flip it around. Can't even reach the other clamp. It's a very weird cut. scrap to a weird looking piece. It's relatively straight. It's just this one spot at the end and the broken side that we got to clean up. This wood is crap. Not gonna lie. It'll be in the back corner, so you won't really see it. I'm gonna clean up this side of it as well. Well, let's go see if this fits in the spot that I want it to fit in. It's so hot out there. See how close we got it to the model right there. That's like perfect. So this is just gonna have to go like this on this piece. It is a bit too long in one spot, but have no fear. The wire cutters are here. That should fix it. Cut a little bit off the end. Yep, it's perfect now. So that's gonna go in the corner, just like that. Then we'll cover this whole thing up with carpet, or like an old rug or something like that. Just gotta find something to use on it. I'm pretty sure I probably have like an old rug I can cover it with. But now let's put this filing cabinet in the corner. We can test how well that piece fits. And that's pretty good. So now we gotta figure out a way to attach it to that piece, which I already have the answer. Didn't really need to ask that question or make that statement, just gotta execute. Probably can use a smaller piece than this, so I'll go grab one. Got that board right there, and we got the screws. Sorry, I'm singing Pink Floyd. And we got the drill. hooked up and ready for battle. The first thing I gotta do is attach this piece. Somewhere right there. I think that's pretty okay. And then we gotta put like 3 screws in it. Is that hitting the floor or something? Yeah. So we gotta prop this up. I don't know why that one didn't go in all the way. There. That's how it should be. It's 2, now I just need 1 more in the back, probably like right there. Definitely worked. And then I got this piece. Yeah, this ain't going anywhere. But then we got this piece to attach right here, and of course it sticks out. So I gotta take these screws out and move this piece back inwards a little bit. At least I got some screw holes now. I'll keep the ones in the top here. Slide this back. Get these in a little bit. Not a lot. Just enough to hold it in place. It's gonna be one of my most proudest projects I've ever built. A whole work area. My grandpa built my other one. Come on. Whatever, that's fine. But, my grandpa built the other one so we can see whose is better. Probably his, because he's done this stuff a lot longer than I have. Yep, that's good. If you're wondering why I didn't put 2 boards, it's because I gotta put 2x4s in the bottom anyway. It's gonna be the stand, so I can just screw it to those if need be. Need probably will be. Bruh, why are these not just... Come on. What the hell? Swear to God. There. I call that the ass. Angled screw strategy. It always works. these just like go in. The ass always comes through and works. It's not the strongest right now, but like nowhere close to done. All I've done is this workbench, just the top of it. Well, at least I finished that, so let's see how it fits in back there. Yeah, the screws poke through. Now I don't care at all. Whoops, hit the Glendale. That's awesome. It's weird looking desk. I like it. So that's gonna be how that looks. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. And see you again in the next one. Goodbye.